Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another KPC Live. It is already November. It's getting cold out here. You can see I have my hoodie on, and yesterday I was out and about in Hongdae with my good friend John, and you will not believe this, but there was hail coming down from the sky. Yeah. There was literally pieces of ice falling from the sky, and there was a thunderstorm. I don't know what's going on. It suddenly became like that. And what's weird enough is that the foliage hasn't fully progressed either. Like, I think maybe more than 50% is still in green, and the weather is getting really chilly super fast. So I don't know what's happening. But yeah. Anyways, yeah, it's getting pretty cold and chilly over here. I wonder where you're living, how the weather is changing nowadays, whether it's super cold or not. Symbols, yeah, maybe. John and I were talking about some very problematic subjects, so maybe God was angry at us. That's what we initially thought. But anyways, yeah, there was hail. I'm not kidding. Literally, we noticed it suddenly started raining out of the blue. The weather forecast didn't say anything like that, and then pieces of ice came falling down. They were like little, but still, we were like, "What? It's not even snow." And also the fact is, it wasn't like super cold either. So scientifically, in order for hail to come down, I don't know. Doesn't it have to be a certain temperature above there, like, cold enough for water to actually freeze? I don't know. Maybe I got my science wrong, but that's what happened. It's a sign, really? What sign do you think it is? Guess. And I will just come forward with you guys. I will confess my sin, actually. So, for those of you who like the structured live streams where I give you a weekly dose of what's happened in Korea with the organized PowerPoints and slideshows, you're not going to like this. And for those of you who like the random, spontaneous Q&A type of live streams where we just chit chat, you're in for a treat. So I actually prepared a whole thing yesterday. So I had all the articles I wanted to discuss, and I had like a flow sheet and all that. And I usually, just organize all of them up and then make them into like a slideshow and present it to you. That's the style nowadays, right? And yesterday's subject was like, oh, what all happened in APEC from GD Chaonu to JYP meeting Xi Jinping, Donald Trump, getting gifted the gold crown, and other stuff that we could have included, like RM speech, and what were some major achievements from the APEC. So I was, gathering info from that, and then we had some news about Jungkook eating alone at a restaurant, at a Korean BBQ restaurant, which is the highest tier. So like, What's the psychology behind like why is it so hard to eat out alone in Korea? What makes it so special and difficult? That was one thing, and then the last one was, oh, it was Halloween, and it's the third year since the Itaewon tragedy happened. There were memorials, there were like those ceremonies, I guess. Like, what do you call them? Like the commemorating ceremonies, and yeah, and Itaewon and Hongdae was still very popular, despite all of that, because it's been 3 years, and they were popular spots traditionally, but like there were police control, and like how it went, how many people were there, what were some outstanding costumes. Obviously, there was a lot of Squid Game and K-pop Demon Hunters, blah 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 blah. So that was all in stock for you guys until I came home after meeting John, and I was about to, like, I took a hot shower, and I had all my stuff left, and I had to just finish like maybe 30% of what's left, getting all the pictures and, scripting my stuff, and I fell asleep. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, you might think this is unprofessional, but I guess my body reached a certain limit and it just shut down on me. And to be honest, I should have never crawled into the bed for like 5 minutes. It was super cold. So I think I got a hot shower and then I crawled into my bed because like my doggo's there and I like hugged her for a second and I was scrolling through Instagram for a bit. And then I was like, okay, like just in 5 minutes, let's get up and go back to the PC and, finish this up. And then by then it was like already 1 a.m. And I was planning to finish it in within like 2 hours or something. But I fell asleep. So I'm sorry. This is how it is. But then what's important is that I showed up, right? I showed up. I showed up to do a live with you guys. And as of now, I have no idea where this live stream is going to be. But you guys have the key. You guys have the driving wheel. You can ask me anything. We can talk about anything. It's limitless. So, yeah. From Finland. Hello, Lourdes. Thank you for being a member. Raining only 2 degrees. Winter is coming. Oh, I wonder how the winter is in Scandinavia because last time I went was summer and everybody there was saying, like, you came in the perfect time. Oh, it gets really cold and dark during the winter. Some people actually said because the winters are so cold and like gloomy, people get like depressed out of it. Yeah. You must have needed. Don't apologize. Thank you, Case Tosh. What can't we talk about? Nothing is, yeah, nothing is restricted. Yeah, I was watching the Dodgers match right before I came to the stream too. I woke up and I got this alarm from Google saying the Dodgers versus the Blue Jays. It's 3-4 right now, and the Blue Jays are about to win. So I was like, what? What? Seasonal depression. I get those. Hate winters. Oh. Okay, so shoot away your questions, or I could just talk about random stuff. I thought eating alone in Korea was popular. Okay, that's a great way to actually talk first. So, actually, in Korea, a lot of people do eat alone nowadays, I would have to say. Um, I would say even just 10 years ago, the honbap culture was not that prevalent and it was a little bit frowned upon. Especially in communal settings like school, college, companies. So if you're in some sort of community or organization and you eat alone, that means you're an outcast. You are antisocial. No, you're not like you're introvert, you don't have friends, and that was kind of like, oh, yeah, he or she is at the wrong or something like that. They would look at you in a weird way, and people dreaded eating alone for that reason. I think that might be universal. I don't know, but yeah, like in high school, there would be members that eat together, like in threes or fours. In college, there was always a group that was eating together. But then the funny thing is, like, you get thick skin over time. So during your freshman years, there was even there was even like a meme that was based on a reality of college students going to the bathroom, to the toilet to eat their lunch because they didn't want to be seen eating alone at the cafeteria. I'm not kidding. You could Google this stuff up. And that was like just a decade ago when I was going to school. Um, yeah. if you look over here, see? Let me try to get this up. Wait a sec, guys. Yeah, everything's super impromptu today, so please understand. Where is it? All right, you can see over here. See? Like, look at this picture. Look at this picture. They're eating their 도시락s on the toilet. Yeah, and they were called asa. These people were called asas in 2023, right? It's not even that far away. You can see so many pictures and so many like memes about it, eating lunch in the toilets. Look at that. So there was a fear of being labeled as an outsider, and people would eat their shit. Oh, eat their food in the toilet. That's so sad, right? The fear of, you know, the fear of getting labeled as a weirdo or an outcast and people just like eat in the toilet. That is so sad. Look at that. There's even like TV shows making satire about it, making fun of it. Yeah, the internet. Look at this. This is 2015, so that's about 10 years ago. Wow, my memory. I'm surprised about it. Yeah, look at that. He has some kimchi, miyeokguk, and rice. Some probably his grandma packed it for him. Oh, am I talking about my own life? But yeah, I think that was the sentiment just a decade ago. And it slowly transitioned, but I would have to say it's still kind of there. You know, if you go to these kind of groups, and even in the companies, there would be like well socialized people who are climbing the ladder, who are trying to look good to their bosses, and also people that just don't enjoy company. And they would just go out together for lunches, and they would all have to unify their menus according to the boss's preference, which usually the boss is an old dude, and the old dude would usually eat tonkatsu, pork cutlet, or 제육볶음, which is like spicy pork with rice. And those are the two stereotypical food menus that the old guys go for, and the female workers would be like, "Ugh, tonkatsu again, like pork cutlet again," and they would complain, but they had no choice but to, because like if they didn't follow out for the company dinners, it is company lunches, you would be seen as like antisocial, and also they wouldn't get like good points in their evaluations for work. So there were a lot of elements. There were a lot of factors weighing into like why people didn't want to eat alone. And over time, nowadays, a lot of people eat alone at work at lunch because of economic factors, because lunch prices, eating out has become so expensive. Even some boss level people eat in the company, within the company. Like they just have like lunch boxes, or they go to the convenience store and buy like a toshirak, a lunch box, and then just heat it up to save money. Because like eating out nowadays, it's at least $10. $10 is a lot for a meal over here. So me and I actually, you'll see some what do you call them? Like you'll see some bedwear or sheets, like blankets, pillows over there. That's a sign of someone who was staying here for like the past 4 days. He's my good friend called Chan, and not the ramen and Chol Chan. And yeah, he lives in Daejeon, and he comes over to Seoul time to time because he's an influencer too, and he has a lot of meetings here. But renting an Airbnb every single time or staying in a motel, it can be burdensome. So I just let him stay at my place. It gets less lonely. I enjoyed the company. Um, yeah, so anyways, he's been staying here for the past 4 days. Where was I getting to with this? I totally forgot my flow. Where was I getting to? I was talking about, oh, eating out. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So if you go to Daily David Kim, my Instagram account, I uploaded this post about a secret hack in Korea. If you're living in Korea and if you want to save food costs, and want to eat out and get the convenience of not having to like do the dishes, doing the groceries, and also save up and get nutritious food at the same time. This is a super secret hack that nobody knows. You go to the internet, Google or Naver, and search up your neighborhood and add the key term 구내식당, which means cafeteria in English, and it'll search out the nearby cafeterias in your area, which means like big company buildings or organization buildings. For instance, in my area in Gongdeok, there's a big company called S Oil. It's an oil company. It has a humongous building, very fancy, flashy. I go there to do all my bank work. And on the B1 floor, there's like a cafeteria for workers, employees only. But after 12:30, they open it to the public because they cook in batches like bulk, and they have remaining food anyways, and not 100% of the employees eat, right? So they have a surplus left. So they sell tickets to the public for a very cheap price of maybe $7. And it's all pre-planned by a nutritionist. They got really good food selections. They got two big menu selections. It's usually Western and Korean. They got the rice, the soup, the meat, the veggies, the salad, like little desserts. And I always, with Chan, I introduced it to him while he was staying here, and he got so hooked into it. He was like, "This is the best thing ever." Like, even as a local, I did not know something like this existed, and he was so hooked into it. He was like, "Hyung, let's go today. Like let's go again. Oh, I wonder what the menu is." So he was so addicted to it. And I usually go there only like 2 times a week because, like, first of all, I cook also. I don't like going out that much because I'm a lazy ass person. But when I feel like I want some good stuff, I go over there. But he was like, "Wow, this is mind breaking," you know? So, anyway, great way to save food costs. But anyways, going back to the eating alone question, it's not as stigmatized as before because of the economic reason, and also people have grown out of that immature phase, I would say. Like, people are like, so what? Like, I'm gonna eat alone. What does that have to do? So, I also grew more thick skin after I uh, got discharged from the military, and also was doing my end years of college. I was like, yeah, F that. Like, I'm just gonna go whenever, eat whenever I want, wherever I want, usually in the cafeteria alone. And then I would kind of get jealous and wary about like these freshmen like all gathered together and having fun, and me like this dude, this fossil in the corner just eating alone, his ramen and stuff. But then like I was like, who cares? They don't care about me. I'm invisible to them. Like, I'm just enjoying my food. So whatever. Yeah. And but like in terms of KBBQ though, that's a different story. So that's not about you being a nerd or an outcast or a stigma or anything. That is about whether you can meet the portions or not. So a lot of people come to Korea and they want to go to KBBQ because they've heard about like how great it is and they've seen it in K dramas and all. So they're solo travelers. They're here alone and they go in like a restaurant, and sometimes, I don't think this happens that often nowadays, but sometimes the store owners will reject them, saying like, "Oh, no one person from two and above," and that's because they're not. It's not because they're home. What do you call it? not homophobic, what is it? Xenophobic or anything, they're not racist or anything, is because for them, they need to sell more than two portions in order for them to be cost efficient to serve to the person. You know what I'm saying, right? So, um, yeah, they would only accept people in groups, and you never know whenever a group might come in. If the whole place is pretty empty and there's flies all over the place, just a figure of speech. Yeah, then they might accept you. They're might like, oh, come in, yeah, help yourself out, like get a seat. What do you want? And they'll say like, oh, starting from two servings. So yeah, as long as you can handle more than two servings, they'll be like, yeah, okay. The thing is, like, they give you a lot of punch-ons, and you can refill that as well too, and blah 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 blah. So they got to think of the cost effectiveness. So that's a factor for KBBQ over here. It's just a norm that you start with like two servings uh, per table. So yeah, yeah, that's the reason. And don't get misunderstandings or confused on why these people say like no one person. It's not because you're a foreigner. It's not because they think you're lame. It's because the norm here is it starts from two servings. But as I said, nowadays the things are changing because the economy is really bad and people are accepting like solo eaters as well. But you'll see dedicated solo eating spaces in Korea, like the Japanese style, you know, like the little tables and you sit side to side on stools and you just like care about yourself. And you have your phone or whatever in front of you. There might be even like blockades next to your person. So those ones are popping up here and there, but they're still not super popular. Yeah, though there are dedicated places for like hombap, and but still you can go to like ordinary restaurants, punchik places, or anywhere and just like eat alone. I do that all the time. Like my life is like a soul. I'm a lone wolf. Yeah, I go there all the time alone, and one thing that sucks though about being alone is that you can only taste one menu. This is the thing that sucks the most if you're a solo traveler as well. I've solo traveled a lot, and when you're in a different place, you want to taste all these different type of foods, but you want to taste this one too, but then it's like $30 and my dish is $30 too. You can't afford that, right? But if you're traveling in two or three or four, you can get each of one of these menus and then slice up the portions and then share it into another dish and taste all of these. And you can get a better Instagram photo as well too. Yeah. My doggo was sniffing the door because she wanted to come in. Anyways, yeah, so that's about eating alone in Korea. The audio's wrong? Was it wrong the whole time? Okay, everybody's saying the audio's okay. Yeah, people saying audio is perfect on my end. Okay, I hope I wasn't talking in mute the whole time. Really? Okay, like hands up if the audio's lagging. Like type 1 if the audio is weird, type 2 if the audio is good. Please. I gotta know if it's just a minority or if it's like a general problem. Type 1 if you're having problems, 2 if you're fine. Okay, it's mostly 2. Thank you. Thank you for confirming. I guess it sucks for the people who are it's cutting, but maybe you'll have to like refresh and come back. Race just came back from Seoul, solo traveler first time, can't wait to go back. How was your experience as a solo traveler? Did you have any kind of complaints or like, difficulties? Left and returned now, okay. Okay, maybe that's the problem. Okay, so I do see some people having issues. I wonder why, because like most of the people in the chat say it's fine. I didn't change any of the settings, so maybe I will try to adjust the bit rate, if that might help. Yeah. A lot of people recommending just refreshing YouTube. Please try that. And if it's still bad, let me know, okay? All right. All right. Yeah, let me go on. So yeah, that's about like solo eating over here. Not as stigmatized in the past. It's okay. It's totally okay. And if you're not that much of a person that is worried or concerned about how other people think of you, doesn't matter. Yeah, if you're mature enough to not care about that kind of stuff, you'll be fine. Okay. Was lagged. I left and returned, and now the audio is good. Okay, yup, refresh worked for me. Okay, thank you. Thank you for confirming. I ate alone when I was in Korea, and I noticed a lot of people around me were eating alone in the same restaurant. Yeah, that's how it is. And especially if you go to like fast food restaurants or any of these ordinary Korean food restaurants, yeah, you'll see a lot of people eating alone. It's just those like KBBQs and maybe hanjeong식 places where they give you like a full set of food, or certain places uh, that you'll be, maybe rejected, or um, people will stare at you. But other than that, it's totally fine. Okay, refresh work for you. Okay, that's great. Broccoli, thank you for the US 10. Pizza, every celebrity has a prize. Some are worth more than others. How rich do you have to be to marry a celeb with only having wealth to offer? 김채원, 장원영, 김지원, 박신혜. Okay, that's an interesting question, and let me try to understand it well. Every celebrity has a price. Some are worth more than others. How rich do you have to be to marry a celeb with having only wealth to offer? I am not understanding that question. Maybe it's too, my brain is too fuzzy because I just got out of the bed, but how rich do you have to be to marry a celeb with only having wealth to offer? Does anybody Can anybody help me understanding this better? Like shorten it down into like a question. And I don't know what it is with the the what do you call it? The selection of these celebs over here. Um worth more than others. I don't understand the question either. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to make fun of you. Like literally it's kind of it's kind of hard. So he's only rich and not a celebrity. Yeah, it's not me. It's not me. I will understand. I'll try to understand it. Could you rephrase that, Broccoli? If you're here, could you rephrase that? I'm sorry, I don't understand. He wants to know if money alone will be enough to marry those celebrities. Oh, okay. So it's a hypothetical scenario, and you're a rich guy, and like, oh, okay. So what's the price that these celebrities will fold? What? But then, like, you gave me four options. So you want a price for each of these? Oh, each four of these people? How the hell would I know? Like you, man, only need 1 million to marry Kim Cheon, but Chang Won Young may require 5 million. Broccoli, this is a weird ass question. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't know. First of all, I don't think these celebrities would have a price. To be honest, I think these celebrities would definitely see appearance, first of all. So if, let's say, um, I don't know, just a old, rich guy who's like the chairman of Samsung or whatever, or Shinsegae, like your Chebol, like Feel the Vibe says, approaches Kim Chae-won. She's like in her early 20s, isn't she? Like mid 20s. I don't think she'd go over and like go marry this old dude who's in his 60s or 70s just because of the money. Like, after all, she's a celeb. She's been in the K-pop scene. She earns enough money. She's attractive enough. And she can find that sweet spot of like attractive guy plus wealthy as well. Wealthy enough to have a happy life. Like, you can't compensate those factors only with money. Yeah. So I wouldn't I'm sad to break it to you if you are mega rich and you're trying to marry Kim Chae-won or Jang Won-young, but I don't think they would compromise with any amount of money, to be honest. Like if the richest man if Elon Musk came, if like Jeff Bezos or who else right now, if like the Indian dude Ambani or whoever, Mark Zuckerberg came to Chang Won-young right now and asked like, "Do you want to marry me? I'll give you half of my Meta shares." Like that's not even possible. Or like I'll give you like 10% of Tesla stocks. I don't think that's gonna work, you know? I don't think everybody has a price. Yeah. I think the premise you set there might be fundamentally flawed. Like people have higher priorities and values that transcend money. That's what I think. But if I were to just order these people in an order just for the sake of playing along with your super chat, it's obviously it's obviously met by standards of society in capitalism, like who gets the more ads, who's more popular in the scene, who's more impactful, who's more, I guess, beautiful in a sense, who's younger. I would definitely say, as of now, Chang Won-young is at top. She's the CF queen. She's the visual vibe. Everybody loves her. She's part of the Changkaseol류. And then it would be tied upon like maybe Kim Ji-won or Kim Chae-won because Kim Ji-won's like a super big actress. Um, and Kim Chae-won's like a cutie from Le Seraphim, and then Park Shin-hye like because I think she's married and she's a actress, but she's not as active anymore. Jensen Huang, yeah, yeah. If Jensen Huang came and said like I'll give you, so actually there was news that I was preparing for the APEC thingy. I really wanted to do this news because it was the funniest thing ever. But yeah, maybe next time. Broccoli has goals. Che Bay. I agree there's no price, but maybe Kim Ji-won is 100 trillion just to make it possible. But what are you gonna do with 100 trillion? So recently I heard from a rich guy that I know. No, I don't personally know him. I came across his stuff, and he argues, this is his personal observation, that if you have over 300억 won, let me quickly translate that into US dollars. I hate when they give you to you in these figures. 1, 10, 100, 1000, 10,000, 10,000, 100,000, 10,000. So if you have over $20 million, that's the conversion rate. If you have over $20 million, everything above from that point on is pretty much the same, even among the rich people. Like 20 million is the point where it starts to be like money starts to seem useless. Like you can probably access whatever you want is out there. You can buy a freaking building, you can buy like a yacht, or you could buy like all these luxury watches, fly first class wherever you want to go. Get all the good gourmet Michelins without blinking. So this rich dude says like his net worth is probably way over that, and he says like the moment I hit that point, and his friends all say that in consensus that that's a very specific number. But he said, by experience, 20 million is the threshold of when money starts to devalue as a value in yourself. Like, oh yeah, I have enough. I've experienced everything. Earning more money isn't part of my joy, and then there's becomes like a higher purpose from there on. Yeah, it's either like changing society or like getting new accolades or like recognition or Maslow's theory of like, yeah, the five desires or whatever. So that was interesting to hear. Elon's not a good example considering those whom he's married, but those people, I don't know all of them, but they're not like super big celebrities or anything. I think celebrities might be different because they're in the entertainment scene, the showbiz, and yeah, why is the footage lagging? I'm sorry. Okay. I think it's overheating or something like that. Hmm, that's weird. Okay, let me try to refresh. Okay, I think it's fine now. There was a little lag. Love your answer. Yeah, I'm just being super honest here. David, say if AMD's Lisa Su was interested, what's my price? I have a freaking price because I'm a normie. I'm like a nobody. I'm a nugu. Like if Lisa Su came up to me and she's Jensen Huang's like cousin, right? Unrelated, but like if she offered me, I guess 20 million won, 20 million dollars, not 20 million won. I have 20 million won. 20 million dollars, I'd be like, oh, okay. Like maybe one part of me didn't even want to get married in the first place. I like the solo life, and she's offering me 20 million dollars, and yeah, I could like, I don't think I'd be fully able to love her, but a lot of marriages, let's be honest, are based on non-love in a lot of parts in the world. So it's not the worst. There are religious marriages, there are arranged marriages, there are marriages, uh, yeah, there are all sorts of marriages. So like this would be a transactional marriage as well too, but then the price is 20 million. So I think it'd be a deal for me. Yeah. There was a study saying people making an average of 70K per year were generally happy. Yeah, I think that would be happy. Maybe above 20 million, these people are other things like chasing soft power instead. Yeah, because that's why I never understood people like Yu Jae or yeah, like Yu Jae. Let's make an example out of him. He's the top MC of Korea. He's on all these shows. He does all these commercials. His known assets and his known net worth is far above 20 million. He has like freaking buildings in Gangnam and Apgujeong, and his house alone is probably over like 5 million. He lives in a very old Apgujeong Hyundai apartment, but apparently when you go in, they renovate the whole place. They tear the whole place down and make it into like a palace inside or something. And it's one of the most expensive complexes in Korea. It's also going to get built over. It's going to get demolished and built over, so the prices are even higher. So, like for Yu Jae or maybe even BTS, right? I guess BTS is under contract, but people like Yu Jae they can manage themselves by themselves. So I'm like, if you have more than $20 million and you're now at that age, like he's probably, I think, late 40s or like even in his 50s, your vitals are going down. It's hard to maintain your health, and you're getting barely any sleep because of all these schedules. Like you just has like 10 shows going around, and if you've been in the media scene, that is crazy. Like it's not possible to juggle more than 5 or 6 programs at once. Like you got to be here in different locations, travel abroad, like be awake at this time and like go pull all-nighters and blah 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 blah. Even though he has managers, like the sheer amount of labor you put in like those shows, it's just unthinkable like how his life would be. He even has a full-time job home being a parent, right? And he's well known to just like be be updated about like everybody else's situations, and sometimes he meets people in personal settings and gives them advice, life advice, and he goes attends these wedding ceremonies and becomes the MC. So I'm like, this guy, there has to be something. There has to be some kind of mission inside him or passion inside him that supersedes the value of money, because he's probably got more than $20 million and he keeps on pushing himself. It's like to the level that people in Korea, some a vocal minority of maybe even a majority nowadays, unpopular opinion, want him to step down because they're like tired of him. Like he's on every freaking channel we turn. So people are like, bro, like you need to step down and yield to the newer generation. Like we're tired of seeing the same MCing, and like you're not even funny anymore, bro. Like that's sad for him. But like if you just lay out the facts that he's like on every single show out there, people wonder, like people like me wonder like what's his purpose? You know, like why is he doing this? Why is he grinding himself and pushing himself to the limit when he has all the wealth, he has a happy family, and he could probably cut down some of his shows. He could probably just do one show and be comfortable. There are a lot of people like that too. Like, you know, there are probably some rich people that just do radio DJs just for fun because like people need some kind of some form of labor to keep themselves busy even if they're old and achieved. But I get it for like CEOs, right? Like maybe for like Zuckerberg or Elon, because like some people beg to differ, but Elon has a dream of going to Mars. Um, he wants to change the world and save the world. In some theories, he's making the world eco-friendly, I guess, with electric car. Okay, and let's not get into like, oh, making like electric cars are worse to the environment. He's doing all for greed and blah blah. He wants to link the world with Starlink. He wants to make like hyper speed trains that connect the world in like whatever an hour or something. Um, yeah, so if you connect all those dots, like, oh, people will say, oh, he's trying to colonize Mars before anyone else. That's he's testing Earth. Okay, let's not get into like whatever he's doing, but like we can all agree and have a consensus upon like he's the richest man in the world, and he could probably retire now and do whatever he wants, not work. But the fact is, he works in factories and sleeps there, and he pushes his employees a lot, and yeah, so there must be some kind of higher form of value when you hit that 20 million point and further on, right? For these kind of people. Like they might have had some kind of vision when they started the company. Um he could literally buy anything in the world. So, yeah, like I understand it for them, but for like entertainers or whatever, it's just so like I guess it's just the art or the creativity just burning inside them. You know, like whenever I see people like, let's say, Brad Pitt, he's now old. Like Robert De Niro, he's now old. Like, but he's mega filthy rich. And if you look at his acting, it's very admirable and respectful that he's still in the game and he's still delivering these amazing acts. But even for them, maybe it's like maybe I'm just trying to put some fingers on anything, but maybe it's like some sort of people feel a rush or like a fulfillment when they're getting recognition or attention from people and like good reviews or whatever, or they're trying to leave a legacy. I've heard that's another big thing within you. Like it's the same as leaving your like genes or like procreating. It's like leaving a legacy for a lot of people is another big thing among rich people, like establishing a foundation, changing the world or whatever. But those are all like good motives, right? So yeah. Anyways, how did I get here? Oh yeah, from Broccoli's question. So bottom line, I don't think K-pop artists would be that easy to make them to compromise. You'd have to be a certain level of attractive. That's what I'm saying for them. I think that would be a big factor because there's just so conditioned in their own environment, seeing like all these handsome folks. They've dated all of them probably, so they're now like that's their lowest. That should be the minimum threshold for them, and then it would be a surplus would be money as well too. They earn good money. Yujisuk is 53. I'm 10 days older than him. He's also known as a philanthropist and gives a lot of money away. Yeah, that's what I saw as a pattern in a lot of rich people. They have so many money, they do philanthropy work because they get a fulfillment they can't get by hoarding up money and like buying everything they want and cheap dopamine. So we us as normies can achieve that as well too. I felt that when I go do volunteer work, and it's a different kind of satisfaction. And some people might argue that's selfish too, because you want that, you're doing that for your own satisfaction. But at the end of the day, result wise, you're changing the world. So who gives an F? You know, it's making change. So deep down, it might be a selfish motivation, but still, like it's a win-win for everybody. I think the comedians on his shows would be out of a job without him. Maybe he feels responsibility for them. Nah, I don't think so. There are so many talented uh talents out there. Wait, why is it lagging again? Oh my gosh. Okay, is it moving again or am I stuck? There we go. Hello, Diana. Welcome. You do notice you're naming only men. It's pride and greed. Well, unfortunately, I don't know many rich women, like in that scale. Like, I don't know in the Forbes top 10 or like the net worth. Let's actually look up top 10 richest person in the world and see how many women there are. I would bet probably none. Okay. So before I search it up, let me give you my list that I know of. Probably Elon Musk, probably Bill Gates, probably Mark Zuckerberg, probably Jeff Bezos. That's already four. Probably Jensen Huang, five. Who am I missing? Warren Buffett. He's still alive. Yeah, Warren Buffett. Um, that who's that guy? That Zara Mango guy. Probably one of the UAE princes or kings. Um, who else? What big tech company I'm leaving out? Am I leaving out right now? Uh, there's probably other big tech companies. The Magnificent Seven, probably the Google founders. Um, and I don't know. Like I can think. I think uh probably Putin, something like that. Oracle CEO. Yes. What was his name? I forgot. Is that Larry Ellison? Yeah. Right. So okay, let's type up top rich people in the world and see if there are any women. I don't think so, right? Like it's not me being like discriminative or anything. It's just facts that like guys are up there. And maybe it might be because of the patriarchal society. Who knows? It might be because of the glass ceiling. I don't want to get into that subject because I don't have enough depth to prove that in order to be like filthy rich like Bill Gates, like there's like a difference between men and women. I don't know, but let's see. Top richest in the world. All right, let's see how many points I get. I don't care about AI. Stop. All right, so Google, according to Google, this might be invalid. Oh, Larry Ellison's at top? Really? Larry Ellison, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg. Oh, right, the LVMH guy, Bernard Arnault, and Jeff Bezos, Larry Page. He's Google, right? Wait, what was he? Yeah, Google, yeah. Sergey Brin, he's Google too, right? Right. Steve Ballmer, I don't know who this dude is. Oh, he's CEO of Microsoft and owner of Los Angeles Clippers. Okay. Warren Buffett's there, Bill Gates is there. Bill Gates would probably be on the top 3 if he didn't exit from Microsoft. I mean if he kept on to his shares. Armancio Ortega, he's the founder of Zara and Bershka. Yeah, the mango guy I talked about. Jensen Huang's here. Carlos Slim, Mexican companies through his conglomerate. Okay. Bloomberg, yes. Michael Dell, yeah, Dell. Ambani is there. Hey, we finally have our first woman over here. Um, Alice Walton is an American billionaire and heiress to fortune of Walmart as daughter of founder of Sam Walton. Okay, so do we not to downgrade this, but do we actually count in inheritance? Heiress? Okay. She's a woman too, right? French entrepreneur, philanthropist, billionaire heiress. Okay, second richest woman in the world. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, at least we have 2 women there. Oracle bought TikTok? Is that like a sealed deal? Did that happen? Walmart family. Okay. Bro, you could probably combine everybody in the entertainment sector and they'd probably not stand a chance of any of these dudes. There's a there's a there's a level of wealth you can get in being like a sole person and if you're at the top of entertainment, you can't beat entrepreneurship as a founder of a company in a stock market, like if you list in the Nasdaq or whatever. Yeah. You meant Walmart, not Kmart. Okay. What led up to this topic? Can we look up the wealthiest women separately? Okay. Top 10 wealthiest women. Richest woman in the world 2025, according to Forbes. I hope it doesn't make me pay. Oh shit, it makes me pay. Oh, it lets you scroll down a little bit, so let's look at this. Richest women in the world 2025. We got 10, Melinda French Gates. Divorce settlement with Bill Gates. All right. I don't know if you count divorces too. Marilyn Simon's family. Widow of renowned investor Jim Simmons. Okay. Probably something similar to divorce and inheritance. Miriam Adelson family, Israeli-born billionaire, and her family own more of Las Vegas Sands. Okay, it's the Sands Company. Late husband Shedden Adelson founded the company in 1890. So, okay, yeah. Abigail Johnson, chairman and CEO of Fidelity Investments. Johnson's wealth stems from her estimated 28.5%. Okay. All right. Okay, her father, Ed Ned Johnson, stepped down. Okay, but still she has like the ability to run Fidelity. Okay, Abigail Johnson. Savitri Jindal and family, richest matriarch in India, controls the Jindal group. Okay. Company was founded by her late husband, who died in a helicopter crash. Okay. Rafaela Ponte Diamant is the richest self-made woman. Okay, finally. For the third year in a row, Swiss billionaire owes her fortune for her 50% stake in Mediterranean shipping company. Wow. Okay, respect to her. Commands a fleet of 900 ships. Holy. Wow, respect to this girl. Jacqueline Mars, grandfather started selling buttercream. Oh, it's the Mars company. Okay. M&M, Snickers. Okay. Julia Koch and family, the widow of David Koch. 10 billion to her fortune this year. Keeping her spot. She and her three. Okay, Koch. What's the Koch group? I don't know. Fran Francois? Is that how you pronounce it? Myers family? L'Oreal. Okay, heiress. Okay. Yep. Alice Walton. Okay, daughter of Walmart. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there you go. That's the rich women list. I mean, I'm not trying to be misogynistic or anything. I literally read what's on that article. Like, don't get salty over that, okay? Like, people pointing out, like, oh, widows, ex-wives, heiresses, self-made women's, billionaires. No. Um, who's richest man in Korea? I would probably think, as of now, actually, there's got to be like a major update because the Kospi market has been going crazy. So the net worth of Lee Jae-yong and Choi Tae-won has gone up super high nowadays. It's yeah, it's crazy. I would think it's Lee Jae-yong, the chairman of Samsung Electronics, or Choi Tae-won, who's the chairman of SK Group. And those two companies are at the forefront of the AI industry right now. Jensen Huang, Lee Jae-yong, and Choi Tae-won had their chicken meeting. And that was what I was about to cover this week because that's like such a unique scene. They even did like a love shot together with the beers. Let me give you a peek of that, even if I get to cover it or not. So yeah, these 간부 회동, these three folks over here. Jensen Huang came to Korea for APEC, and this is him, CEO of NVIDIA, founder of NVIDIA. This is the Samsung guy. This is, oh, it wasn't Cheteon. It was, oh yeah, I was just talking about richest in order, but this guy's from the Hyundai group. He's Chung Lee-sun, ES from Hyundai, and they gathered together in a Korean chicken place, Gambu Chicken. Jensen picked the venue, saying that it wasn't like commented from him, but obviously he watched Squid Game, and there's the old guy that says that line, "우리 깐부잖아, 깐부잖아," and that became like a super big line. And ganbu is like a slang for like best friends or childhood friends in Korean. Honestly, I never heard that word before Squid Game. It's probably an old term, like a slang-ish word. But I did hear of Gambu Chicken because they were a brand even before Squid Game. So like probably Jensen's team or him, he got the reference from Squid Game. He thought it'd be funny or like good image to have all these CEOs gathered together and have a beer at Gambu Chicken. So they talked together. They were yeah, you know, and there's a shot of them having doing the love shot over here. They did a try love shot. Yeah, this is how they did it. Yeah, they crossed all of their arms, three of their arms together, and did the love shot. So now they're in bed. together. And Jensen came out and gave free chicken and kimbap to the spectators outdoors. He's such a nice guy. He gave like signs to everybody. They went on stage together, and they went to the Nvidia like GeForce Con or whatever. And yeah, this was an iconic moment. But going back to who's the richest man in Korea? 한국 부자 순위 2025. Let's see. Okay, this is this is a chart from March. 이재용, Samsung is at top. Is at top. Jo Jung-ho from Merits. Oh, it's like finance group. Okay, I never knew that. 서정진 from Celltrion. Oh, okay. 정몽구 from Hyundai. 정의선 from Hyundai. 김범수 from Kakao. 이부진, the Shilla Samsung Group. 홍라이, the heiress and widow of late Samsung chairman 이건희. 이서연, Samsung물산, Samsung. 권혁빈, Smilegate. I'm surprised that Choi isn't here. SK Hynix is at like its top right now, so I would assume that he's now at like second or third place at least. Yeah. I don't think they're in bed together, bro. I didn't mean it like that. You know what I'm saying. So Nvidia announced a strategic partnership with Samsung. That Samsung's now going to produce a big chunk of their HBM4s. It was made mostly by SK Hynix, but Samsung upped their quality and they passed the test. So yeah, that was a major green flag for Samsung. And also Nvidia gave Korea like 260,000 graphic cards or something. Like I have no idea what it is. I'm not a tech bro. But they gave Korea like AI related super cards or whatever. And apparently this is a big deal in the AI sector. 'Cause like our country only had had a goal of acquiring 50,000 of these Nvidia GPUs or whatever. But Jensen came and he said like he's going to be giving 260,000, allocating 260,000 to our country, 50,000 to the government, like 50,000 to each of these big companies like SK, Hyundai, Samsung, LG, and Naver. And if you add them up, it's like 260,000. And apparently the amount of these GPUs you have, like graphic cards you have, what is it actually? Yeah, GPUs. The articles only say GPUs, but these are like special GPUs called like Blackwells or whatever. And all these tech geeks on the internet were going crazy. They were getting mind blown saying like, "Oh, this itself is the infrastructure that will make Korea able to step up to the third in place in the world in terms of AI infrastructure." So Jensen's betting really hard on Korea right now. He's like, you guys have the production line. You guys are basically manufacturing all our chips. So I want you to excel in the AI sector and grow together as well. And there's a shortage of these things. So it's very hard to get your hands on any of them. So the fact that he's giving us 260,000 of them means a lot, apparently in the tech world. So a lot of people were going like, "Oh my gosh, 260,000." Yeah, so I think we're next from the US, China, and then it's Korea in terms of how many GPUs. Uh yeah. So apparently, according to this community post, the funny thing about GPU ownership rankings by country, first place is 20 million sold in the US. Second place, China, unknown, too much. Third place, Korea, 260,000 copies, now reaching 300,000 with Jensen. Probably. That's what he's saying. No, this was in. Yeah, yeah. This was yesterday, so yeah, he's referring to the Jensen Huang thing. But yeah, it's at least good for us. It's a positive news for us that Jensen Huang is betting on Korea, and we're third in the GPU race. And we're now a strategic partner with OpenAI. We're building a sovereign AI together. OpenAI and Kakao and Naver and all these companies. And we're part of the supply chain, so we're a very important piece, I guess, in the AI ecosystem. So in the future, everything's going to be determined by AI, like it or not. That's already like the direction society is taking. So yeah, that was a very, very big news that came out the other day. And I will confess, I don't know. You guys can judge me, okay? But as soon as I saw Jensen Huang and the Samsung chairman and Hyundai's chairman having that chicken meeting, it was a friendly meeting, right? It was a casual meeting, right? But Jensen at that spot, what he said was like, I have some great news for Korea. That's all he said. And the journalists were going crazy. Like, what kind of great news? Like, you got to tell us. You can't leave us hanging like that. And he just laughed and said, like, oh, maybe I'll just pass on the honor to your Korean president tomorrow at APEC to announce this. So people were going like freaking crazy with that. Like, he didn't announce what it was, but it was obviously something about like a cooperation between Samsung, Hyundai, and LG and whatever, SK. So the next morning at 8 a.m. in the pre-market, it's not even the public market. When the pre-market opened in Kospi, I'm not gonna lie, guys. Okay, it might sound reckless, but I got an instant massive loan and put it all in Samsung and SK, and just for like short trading purposes. And yeah, okay, before you parent me saying like, "Oh, David, that's so dangerous." I was that confident, and the market was that confident because like if you're just someone who reads the news regularly, unlike a lot of the majority, the herd over here in Korea that doesn't care about Nvidia or graphic cards or like the country's economy or APEC at all. There's a lot of people like that, you know? It was national news, but there aren't a lot of people that convert that to the stock market. So people might say sell on news, but still, I was like, the news isn't announced yet. It's going to be announced today. So this is like a bonus game. This is a bonus round. It'd be stupid to not bet money on this shit. But as you know, like by my daily David Kim reels, like I bet all my money on Hive recently, which is doing great. It's up 10%. I'm like up at like, yeah, I'm not going to tell you the profits because you could reverse track my savings, but like it's up more than 5,000 to like a 10K profit level right now because Hype is doing amazing. And actually, we got great news over the weekend as well. JYP met Xi Jinping, and he directly in his face said like, we need a concert in Beijing. And Xi Jinping actually told the foreign minister of China to come to him, and he said like, proceed. So we got a little green flag going on in the K-pop sector as well, and I don't know how many percent Hype is going to go up on Monday. I'm very, very thrilled. I'm expecting at least 10%. So that's another 10K, like 5 to 10K for me. But anyways, yeah, that bet worked out for the Samsung and SK thing, for the Jensen Huang thing. As soon as our president announced that we're acquiring 260,000 GPUs, and Samsung's going to work with Nvidia for the HBMs. It went up, and I was like, "Yeah, this is enough money for me. I'm cashing out." It went a little bit more up, but I was like, "I'm happy because this is borrowed money. Like I have to pay it back today." So I sold everything, got a good check out of it, and I got my chicken that night. Yeah, so anyways. I know trading on credit. It's a rule I set for myself. Never do that. Never do that. I'll probably never do it again. But this was just a given, as I'm telling you, it was a bonus game. My confidence level was 200, and usually that's when people get broke. But still, this was like just, the timing and everything was just perfect. Jensen saying like, "Oh, I have good news for you." And he's meeting with Samsung and Hyundai in private, and he's like, "I'll announce it tomorrow. I'll give the honor to your president." It's a presidential level thing. And if you've been following the news in the world of AI, it's pretty obvious that it's going to be like groundbreaking or whatever. So I was like, okay. And even if I did go into the minuses, I did have like, a safe margin that I could pay off. Like if it went down like 3% or whatever, like I could probably fill it up with my savings. But anyways, that worked out. So I'm happy. A lot of people in Korea are getting FOMO nowadays because Kospi is going like this. It's going parabolic. The Korean stock market at the moment this year is the best performing market in the whole world. It's gone up like 70% already. Our whole market, not a single stock. So it's crazy. All right. So Jensen, Lee Jae-yong, we looked at the richest people in Korea. And okay, broccoli giving me another 10. Thank you. Pizza pizza. Breast enlargement surgery has been really popular the past 20 years in the US. Do you think this will get popular with idols and actresses in Korea? I heard a rumor that Jessie may have had this done. No, she did get this done. And this is public news. She said it with her own mouth on a lot of shows. She said like, yeah, she got hers done. And breast enlargement, honestly though, I don't see what problem with breast enlargement is. Like if you're a woman and if you want large boobs, then go for it, right? There will be consequences though. You'll probably have back pain. Some people say it messes up with your blood circulation or something, and you get clogged feelings or clamps, cramps or whatever. But like, if you want to look aesthetically, better with bigger boobs, or maybe your complex is like too small boobs, yeah, go for it. But I don't think it's going to get really popular though. Not in the K-pop sector, at least, because K-pop idols are always under scrutiny. They're always under the magnifier glass, and people will always come at you and say like, "Oh, you got surgery. Oh, you got breast enlargement. Oh, you got breast implants." Blah 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 blah. That's always going to be following you, and I think I think the case for Kwanumbi, I don't know. I think no, no. She actually said that it's like her DNA. She got gifted it by her mother. But a lot of people still like have suspicions about it in like the comments or whatever. So like just looking at that, people are suspicious of naturally big boob K-pop idols already, big breasts. Um, so like if you were to get a dramatic change in the size, then people will definitely like say stuff about you. Yeah. I love Samsung products. Thank you, Victorious Moon. Only 86 likes, but 213 people. Now 230 people. Please hit the likes. Jensen Huang is Taiwanese. Oh, am I going to get trouble saying that? Hope you make bank. Thank you, Sarah. Life is short, David. Go for it. I mean, like nowadays, FOMO, right? Fear of missing out. Even Koreans learned that word, so they're saying like pomo, pomo, pomo 왔어. Oh, pomo, pomo. And the news is like, oh, there's this new word called pomo. It's called fear of missing out from like, US Reddit traders or whatever. And it's been circulating nowadays because the Korean market has been going like parabolic, and Samsung and SK stocks have been going up ever since like this whole month, and it's been like over 100% increase. And everyone around you is earning money, money, money. And yeah, like if you see these kind of opportunities, a lot of people make reckless decisions. I got lucky on my last one. I honestly thought it was a calculated one. I thought it was a given. I was calculating the safety margins or whatever, but I think it's now super dangerous. I think there's going to be a correction. So actually, the biggest sign ever came to me. You remember last time, no hate to my friends, but the last time Bitcoin crashed, I got a call the other night from a female friend that didn't know anything about crypto, and she suddenly called me up saying like, "David, you know a lot about crypto, right? Like, so what do you think about Ethereum and Ripple and whatever?" And I was like, "Yeah, okay, blah 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 blah." And then I didn't think of it deeply back then, but you know the saying where if like the shoe shiner in Wall Street starts talking about stocks, that's like the high, that you're at the peak, right? So yesterday, actually, actually, my friend who doesn't know anything about stocks, who doesn't have seed money, he called me and he was just like casual talk, and then he brought up the stock market. And I was like, "Whoa, what's gotten into you? Like, I thought you didn't do that shit." And he's like, "Yeah, but like everyone around me is making like raking money, and I'm feeling like I have to put in some like I have to get like loans or shit and like go in now. Like they say if you just put it in Samsung now, you're just like copying money, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, you're not far off, but like I wouldn't advise you to because it's already up 100%. You're probably going to be in the peak." But he was like, "No, they say like the president's going to crank it up to like 5,000. It's at only 4,000 right now, right? So that's another like 100%." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm positive it's going to go up another 100% over the year, the next year probably, but not like in a month. There's probably going to be a nasty correction that's going to flush you out, retail investors that are late to the party, that are FOMOing." But he was like, "Yeah, but I like to take the risk anyway. So like, how do I get a loan?" I'm like, "Bro, like I'm not gonna tell you how to get a loan because that's like being a devil to your friend." So like I was like, if you want to do it, do your due diligence, you do your own way. But I recommended, I said to you, that is not a smart thing to do right now. Like I've already cashed out, bro. And then I'm not even kidding. That night at 1 a.m. in the morning, we call this the human indicator. 1 a.m. in the morning, I kid you not, my mom FaceTimes me. And she's with my dog, Tarong, in the couch. And she says, "Your dad just came home." And this is a true story. She suddenly asked me, "Do you own any Samsung stocks?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure I do." Like, why? She's like, "Oh, your dad and I are watching TV right now." And my mom is the anti-stock person ever. She always said from my childhood, never do stocks. Obviously, I disobeyed her uh, her teachings, but she's like, everyone I know got crippled because of stocks, and like don't ever use credit, blah 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 blah. And then she suddenly says like, "What do you think of getting a loan on our house and maybe putting a little into Samsung right now?" Like, Samsung is basically Korea's economy, and the president says like he's going to drive up the stock market to 5,000. So everybody around me, like the ajumas, are earning a decent amount of allowance money with Samsung and SK nowadays. So don't you think it's going to be a little safe if I put it in Samsung? And I'm like, "Mom, no, please, no, no." And she's like, and I was like, "Mom, did you forget your own teaching? You preached to me for your lifetime, never go into stocks. And why are you contradicting yourself only now when it's at the peak, probably at the first peak?" And she was like, "Oh, you just said first peak, so that means it's gonna go up, right?" And it's like, "Yeah, but there's probably gonna be like a 30% correction or crash right now. So right now, if you go in and you put probably 10K in it, you'll only get 7K out of it." And she's like, "But it's gonna go up more, right?" Even I'm like, "Oh my gosh, what has this country become?" Like, the stock market has been that crazy, and my dad was adding fuel to the fire, and he's like, "Yeah, I was having lunch with the professors the other day, like med school professors, and they're all doctors, licensed doctors as well too. So they have a bunch of money. Unlike my dad, he's not a practicing doctor. He only does like anatomy and biology and hormones and that shit. But anyways, yeah, they're different. My dad's like broke. The professors in the med school and they're licensed doctors, they're rich. Um, they have a lot of doctor couples as well too, and they're like getting loans over their houses, and they've been saying to my dad like, "Oh, Professor Kim, you should probably get a loan too because like it's stupid to carry Korean won right now. Like the Korean won currency is devaluing and you're just basically losing money at the moment. If you just save it in your bank, that's a stupid thing to do. Like even the dollar is going it's decreasing in value. The inflation is going crazy, and the Fed said they are going to lower the interest rate. So, like, there's going to be an asset bubble now. So, if you don't put it in either gold, Bitcoin, or stocks, you're losing money. And my dad was like, oh, yeah, I know, but like, I don't have any knowledge about like trading or investing or blah, blah, blah. And they're like, well, I got a loan the other day and I doubled my money and I earned like $1 million overnight. So you should consider it. And my dad was going crazy because he couldn't get into the conversation because he doesn't know anything about it. And he actually like added fuel to the fire onto my mom because like my mom is very easily swayed by authority. She's not swayed by money. She always thought like money is like a evil thing. Like they're both very dedicated Christians. And like how the Bible kind of demonizes or uh awares you about like having your distance with money. Like money is given to you if you have a natural gift, and in um, righteous manners. But still, like there is also a saying that if you're rich, the possibility of getting into heaven is smaller than going through a needle's eye or whatever, something like that. So like they've always been like never be greedy, just live your good life, just be satisfied, focus on happiness, what you have, grateful. But seeing my parents getting FOMO like that the other day, I was like, yeah, when Monday comes, I'm gonna sell everything. I'm gonna wait it off. Anyways, I gave you if any of you are invested in shares or stocks in the Korean market or whatever, they say there's an AI bubble forming in the US market as well too. I gave you some hints. The human indicator has is now there. Yeah. My mom and dad and my friend, they both called on the same day. What are the odds? Yeah. And they're like, should I get a loan? No. Please, no. Okay. Yeah, so Bitcoin talk, check. Exactly. Hey, Trenami, Uncle Dan, long time no see. Where have you been? Yamamoto with the save of his life. Dodgers win World Series? What? Dodgers won? When I was an hour ago, when I was about to turn this live on, it was 4-3, and Blue Jays was 4, and they were at the ninth inning. So they caught up? Really? Wow, congratulations to the Dodgers. All right, Otani got his second ring. Oh, I feel so good for Yamamoto as well too. Okay, that's the sign out. Get out. I know, I know. No FOMO buying in stocks. Uh-huh. Man, sounds like Korea has a gambling problem. It does. It does. I mean, one would argue that stocks are investing, but there's a little slight difference between gambling and stocks. Of course, in stocks, the probabilities are higher, and you have indicators you can look into. You can look at the sheets, you can look at the ROI, PBR, PERs, and you can look at the cycles or the market, the interest rates, like what the market sentiment is. There's so many stuff you can actually analyze, and you can look at the news like the Jensen Huang news and stuff like that. So it's different than gambling. Gambling is pure chance, right? Other than poker. So I think if you're educated enough, you can definitely make wealth over investing. But the problem is people approach it as gambling. Like, not a lot of people educate themselves before they get into investing, and that's the case for a lot of young Koreans as well too. And I don't blame them having this gambling problem because nobody can buy a house. This is why we have over what is it? 천만 is 10 million, right? And then 100 million accounts. As of 2025, the number of stock accounts have exceeded 100 million. You'll say like Korea's only 50 million in population. How do you get 100 million? Well, people make two accounts, three accounts from Samsung asset management, Mira asset management, which I'm using. They jump from this one Robinhood to Fidelity to whatever to get like better trade rates or something like that, free money given, $10 here. So like the number of stock accounts have exceeded 100 million this year, and that's because we have no choice. Like, we're not going to be able to buy houses just with our own salary or our wages. It's known proof that we have to save up more than 25 years without spending a dime. If the average employee in Korea or Seoul saves up 25 years of their income without spending a cent for 25 years, you'll buy an average house. So that's definitely why people are going into Tesla 3X, S&P 500 ETFs and whatever. So we don't have any choice. Your mom too, that's the sign, yeah. We're banned from gambling, but there's one place you can go gambling. It's Gangwon-land. There's this one designated spot in the middle of this mountain in the Gangwon province. I think the government made it because they just wanted to drive out all the gamble addicts over there. And it's a sad place because if you hear the stories, a lot of motels and hotels are in front of that resort, and apparently the addicts that lose all their money and get loans across their like on top of their cars they drove there, or their Rolexes or whatever, their real estate certificates, they lose all their money and they can't pay it, so they hang themselves in those motels. So people say never go to these motels in front of Gangwon-land because they're haunted, and every other day someone hangs themselves or kills themselves inside them. So it's very sad. And I have never been there, but apparently there are people that literally get loans in front of the hotel lobby with brokers or loan sharks. They literally give their car keys out and they get like some chump change and go straight back in and bet all their savings, and that's it for them. So there's a saying, if you go to Gangwon-land, the only winners are, there's a program inside Gangwon-land, ironically run by the government, saying if you sign up to this program, it's like a rehab program, and if you agree on getting like education about like non how to get out of gambling, blah 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 blah, those kind of programs, right? If you sign up for that, they give you like a um $30 coupon or voucher, and it's free money, right? So a lot of people sign up for that program to get that $30 and go back to gamble. But amongst the online community, people say the only way you can actually earn money out from Gangwon-land is to sign up for that program and leave. Yeah, that says a lot. If your dog starts to consult you, I can see it's a sign. Yeah. Yeah, 오랜만, Dolly Baby, Rachel. $1 million overnight? Nope. In the Korean stock market right now, it's not too good to be true. Buying on margin is what caused the Great Depression. We never learned. Yeah, it's coming. I'm telling you. The AI bubble is already there. A lot of Wall Street people are saying there's going to be a bubble upon a bubble. So a bubble within a bubble. And I agree to that because the interest rates are going to go down, and I think there's going to be a super exponential move that's going to drive up the stock market for a couple more months. But then after that, it's going to be a bloodbath. People are going to lose their homes, their their families, their life savings, and I see it coming. So be careful, guys. If you haven't been into stocks, like, don't do it. This is financial advice. Cause I can give you this financial advice because the most damage is it's gonna do to you is you're gonna be on par. Like, you're not gonna lose any money. You're probably gonna hate me if it goes up like 200%, and you're like, oh, that guy David said like don't go into the stock markets, but like imagine what if it goes reverse, opposite, right? Um, won a double play, really? That's crazy. Yeah, so far, sorry for the Canadians. I heard that the Blue Jays advanced to the World Series in like how many years? Couple decades, isn't it? You're not gonna sell high though, right? It's gonna go up next year. So my strategy right now is that, like, there the saying is Warren Buffett always said sell on news, buy the rumor, sell on news. I bought, I think I bought on the edge of the rumor. So with the JYP news coming in and China opening signs of opening its market is probably going to spring up next week. But the news is out, right? So I'm probably going to sell half. I'm going to sell half because I'm already in good profit. And when it crashes down, I'm going to maintain my 50% position. And if it goes down, if it crashes, I'll probably buy the dip and get more hype stocks. But if it goes up, if it keeps on going up, I'm happy. I made a good amount of money, and then I'll still have 50% of it inside. So that's my scenario at the moment. Yeah, but life never turns out in the manner you want it to be. So maybe tomorrow it might plummet. Who knows? But I'm very confident it's gonna go up after seeing JYP and Xi Jinping meeting, and Xi Jinping ordering his foreign affairs minister to proceed with K-pop concerts, right? So yeah, look at this. Not that one. Park Jin-young meets Chinese President Xi Jinping at Korea-China summit. What? This article doesn't even show you a picture? My gosh, what kind of lousy journalism is that? There you go. All K-pop. Xi Jinping meets Park Jin-young. Optimism rises for K-pop's return to China. There you go. You got the official picture. This is not AI. Yeah, it says Park Jin-young posted, I was truly pleased to meet President Xi and speak with him. I sincerely thank him for listening and his encouraging words. I hope we can continue the dialogue so that through popular culture, the people of both countries can grow even closer. And yeah, there's fueled speculation that China's so-called Hallyu ban can be lifted. Following the state dinner, Xi Jinping was also reported to have spoken favorably about allowing Korean singers to perform in China. Kim Young-bae, a lawmaker from the Democratic Party who attended this dinner, wrote on Facebook, "We successfully concluded a historic Korea-China summit dinner. A new chapter of economic exchange and cooperation has opened." Yes. And he added that President Xi responded positively to a proposal to hold a large-scale concert in Beijing and even called over the foreign minister Wang Yi to give direct instructions. Yep, there you go. Wow. Yeah, the Blue Jays. I feel so bad for you guys. Uh, in another note, there was a Korean series the other day. Let me talk a little bit about that. Most people treat stocks like gambling. Yeah, that's the truth. They don't educate themselves. Yeah. They never go into like the company's earnings sheets or reports. Never even look at that, and like it's so weird to me like how I look at my friends and they go over so much contemplation over buying like a camera or a phone or something, a car, something like that, right? Like it's like $1,000 or like $500, and they look at all the speculate specs and they look at all the hardware and like compare prices on sites on Gmarket or Amazon or whatever, and they're trying to save like $10 on that. And they look at all these YouTube reviews for hours, and then they decide, okay, I'm gonna buy this particular camera. Okay, I'm gonna buy an iPhone over a Samsung for these and these kind of reasons. They at least do that due diligence. But when I see my friends putting their life savings in stocks, it's their life savings, and they're going into a company that they don't really know about. Like recently, my friend, he went into a stock called Beyond Meat. Apparently, it's like the second GameStop of like the US, and it's like some alternative bean generated meat, whatever. And there's rumors that Bill Gates is big on that company. And my friend was like, I'm putting my life savings in it. And I'm like, bro, you've literally heard about this company just yesterday, and all the info you have right now is like that article that, US stock people are hoarding it and Bill Gates is involved. But you're really not doing any research about like the company's backs or finances, what its products like. You've never even tried its product. Warren Buffett always drink Coca-Cola because like he wants to promote it, but he actually likes it, and he knows that even in war times, Coca-Cola is going to be there. So he's confident about the product, but like he was like, no, this is gonna be the next thing, and even if it's not, it's like a trend, it's a frenzy right now, so it's only gonna go up. And after a few days, it crashed like crazy. So I don't know how he's doing now, but yeah, it's crazy like how people decide to go and put their life savings in stocks they barely heard about, and while they like go to the grocery store and try to look for 10% discount coupons on like cereal. uh Yamamoto's the MVP. Okay. Yeah, like that game that went to the 18th inning and Otani went out 9 times. He hit 2 homers, 2 double runs, and then four, what do you call them, like balls. And in the 18th inning, Yamamoto was gearing up to be the pitcher after finishing a game the day before. That is crazy. Yeah. Imagine BTS performing in China. Yeah, that would be crazy. Well, if you look at my reel, like I do mention that. It's a popular vegan company. Okay. Uh, Life savings into market without research. You can say the same about marriage or children. Such huge decisions. Take some classes, do some prep, we'll do better. Exactly. Exactly. Thank you for saying that. Like to all my friends as well too. They're always like, "Yo, bro, you're getting old. You got to get someone and like chop chop, make kids and get a family by yourself. Get like merge those assets, get a house." I'm like, it doesn't work like that. This is probably the most important decision in my life. I want to be careful about it. I want to take my time. I want to take my time searching for the right person and also verifying if that person's the right person. And even in my past relationship, my most recent one, it was like my ex was saying, like, in 3 months, are you going to get married? Are you considering marriage? I'm like, I don't know. And she's like, when will you know? I'm like, I don't know. Like, definitively, I can't pinpoint a time frame, but yeah, I just want to go with some up and downs with you, like maybe a full cycle of like, I don't know, like, go through hardships, go on a trip together, or maybe like live together, have some, there are stages of that. And she's like, no, you're too like analytical and you're too like rational, and you'll never get married with that. Like, marriage is not about like emotions and feelings and love, rather than that. Like, people like you always stall on marriage and never get married, and they're unhappy at the end of the day. Maybe I won't find my match, like my perfect match, but I'm more comfortable thinking this way. Maybe I might be miserable at 42 and I'm still not married because I have high standards and nobody really checked all the green flags, but I'd still not I think it'd be still better than to marry someone abruptly and tie the knot and be unhappy and maybe lead to a divorce. That's a highly probable outcome as well too, right? Nobody why I don't understand why everybody even for stocks and marriage like they go in and they don't think about the downside. They only think about the upside and I guess positive thinking is good, but yeah, you always have to think about the risk and the downside as well, and that's my way of thinking. It's just being realistic, and I love that you said like it applies to marriage as well, because like yeah, like, I'm sick of this Korean narrative saying like you got to get married by like a certain age, your value is devaluing, and nobody's gonna like you anymore, and it's about timing and blah 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 blah. I'm so sick and tired of that. So one of my bucket lists, maybe you might call me extreme about this, but I actually watched a movie about like the Santiago Road in Spain. Apparently, there's a road that one of the apostles of Jesus, I don't remember which one, took to like reflect on himself or go to a certain destination, to a certain church, or like preach or spread the word. And there's this very long road in Spain, and they say you can meet God over there. You can generate new ideas. You can make new companions. You can I don't know. It's a very long road. You go there intentionally to kind of suffer and finish the road. A lot of people stop in the middle because it's so painful. Um, but one of my bucket lists is like if I know that this person is the one, my potential partner, I want to take her to the Santiago Road and maybe finish it together. That's one of the good life advices I got from one of my bosses at a corporate job, and he said like, if you don't have enough time, like you want to condense that time frame of going through like these roller coaster phases and see like simulate how the marriage is going to be. A condensed version of that is going together on that Santiago Road trip together, and then you'll definitely fight there. You'll not be having showers. You'll be out in the wild in the tents or camping, or you'll be in like common dormitories filled with like 50 people. You'll be eating bad food. You'll be talking a lot all the way long. You'll be sharing water. So a lot of people, you know, um, describe it as like a very, very painful hike up the mountain. But at the end, if you reach the end, you'll know so much about each other. You'll have wounds, but they might have cured. They might have become bigger. Whatever the outcome is, you'll get to know the other person better. So I was like, oh, that's very inspiring. Yeah, I want to actually try that. Yeah. So I'm sure Anna would love to drive the Santiago Road with you. Driving has no meaning. Yeah, you have to walk with a stick, with those big backpacks. And Anna, why would she go with me in the first place? St. James. Okay, it was James. A few years later, we'll see David on the dating show. I'm solo. Yeah, maybe. Who knows? You'll never find someone to check all the boxes, but as you know what you want, you can better judge which risks are definitely read and when you want to compromise. Yeah. Prenups are not popular in Korea, but nowadays, a very small minority I've heard are getting them. I got this info by an online lawyer that was on this show about marriage. And there's a thing called, it's kind of a misogynistic term. It's a term called 약속의 5년, the promised 5 years. Yeah, it's in legal and misogynistic terms. I just say it's misogynistic because it's like a man-made, male-made term probably. But it's called the promised 5 years, and the narrative is a lot of women wait until 5 years pass, and that's because legally. So if you're newlywed and you get a divorce under 5 years, how you split the assets are the law looks at the trail of money and it identifies who contributed in getting this amount of money the most. And let's say I brought like 300K to this house, and that was all earned before marriage, and it had nothing to do with my wife. Then the court would acknowledge that as 100% mine, and I would get to preserve that 300K all by itself, and we would evenly, not evenly, but like, you know, accurately split what our own assets were before marriage. And everything after marriage, if I was the bread earner, if I were at the company and like earning stuff, and the wife was maybe a housewife, then like I don't know how it works, but like the majority of the money I earned would come to myself, because a housewife is not an economic behavior, but still the court would acknowledge that okay, it's a matter of support to the bread earning. So then like a certain percentage of that would go to the wife. But anyways, the thing is, legally, if in Korea, if 5 years pass after marriage, um it is seen that the act of support towards the husband, or just like you guys legally bonded together, it solidifies the relationship, and it means like everything after the 5 year mark. No, like if you just pass the 5 year mark, even before that, everything from there on and therefore is like it's evenly split. At least like you can get a big portion of like the wealth the man had. So a lot of people in online communities are like, beware of the promised 5 years. A lot of lawyers, male lawyers on the YouTube channels come out and say like, yeah, it's like a term that these incels use, but it is legally true as well. So be careful of that. If you're very concerned about it, like draft up a prenup, but that's not common in Korea, and that could actually break the marriage, because the woman would probably say like, "Oh, don't you believe me? Oh, why are you treating me like I'm a thief or something?" And the in-laws would get offended. So it's not easy to talk money before you get married, right? So yeah, prenups are not popular, but there's a thing like that online. Camino do Santiago, great idea. You learn a lot about a person by going on a trip together. It will be a good test of both your faith as well, testing the best sense of word. Yeah. Santiago de Compostela, never imagined you knew. So many people start the trail in Portugal. The objective, like you said, is to the effort and pain. Yeah. It's a journey. My Korean auntie and her sis walked part of it. There are pit stops and accommodations. Yeah, that's what I heard. A lot of people just stop midway and take the bus and go. Or, yeah, some people just decide to camp. Some people go to nice hotels. Some people go to like common dorms, or there's a lot of different styles. I had a friend who was just wandering about on his life. He went into med school because his parents shoved him to, but like he was unhappy. He was having bad thoughts, almost suicidal, and he just decided in a whim to fly to Spain and walk that path. And he reflected on himself, and he realized that what he's doing right now is making him unhappy. That was pretty obvious, but like he got like a realization there, and he thought about what he really likes, blah blah blah. And he was like my high school friend. We weren't really close, but ever since I haven't got an update. But I hope he's happy now. Yeah, the last time I met, he talked about like get going there and realizing what he wants to do, and yeah. In my country, even if you live together without marriage in a de facto relationship, you part ways, it has to be split evenly. Whoa, okay. Then you gotta be very careful then. Either way. The Dodgers won the World Series 2 times in a row. Wow, that is crazy. That is crazy. Mentioning the Dodgers though, there is a Korean guy in the Dodgers. He's like a backup. Kim Hye-sung. He's like this short guy, very good runner. Um, I'm glad that he gets a trophy too. It's probably the first guy in Korean history to get a MLB trophy, win the World Series. I think. Let me see. Yeah, he didn't appear on the in the World Series. But anyways, I'm happy for Otani and Yamamoto in particular, and Sasaki too, because they're Japanese and we're East Asian together. Otani is the idol of every Asian out there. Yeah, I think he's the most, like, we call him God. Yeah, the baseball god and the Asian god as well. I think he's the, what do you call it? The apex predator, the top of the food chain, or the end of genes, end point of Asian genes, like the peak goal of Asian genes where it can reach. Super tall, super buff, super handsome, super competent. He's crazy. He does pitching, he does batting, he sets world records. Now he has 2 world trophies, and he gets paid like 1조 won. I can't even pronounce that, describe that in dollars. They say that money was all made in a single year when he entered the Dodgers, solely through merch and ticketing and broadcasting fees and advertisements that came into the Dodgers from Japan. So it was a great deal. Yeah. What's crazy about him is he's a batter and pitcher, very rare. Yeah. A lot of people say that he's the greatest player of all time in Major League Baseball. A lot of people compare his stats to Babe Ruth as well too, but then they say like back then in Babe Ruth's era, there wasn't like a lot of scientific training or like methodologized um, baseball back then, so it was easier to hit. Probably the speed or the type of curves and splitters and all those sink balls, they didn't exist back then either. So it was probably easier to hit a homer if you think about it. It was more preferential towards the batters if you had strength and agility. But nowadays, when like it's gotten more modernized and more sophisticated and complicated, considering that Otani hitting all these homers, it's crazy. And pitching at the same time. Ironic, a Japanese guy is probably the best baseball player in history. Yeah, they say in the comments in Korea, probably not only Korea, but universally, like, if you wrote a Japanese anime, a baseball Japanese anime like this, like Otani's story, the scriptwriter would get a lot of shit because it's just so unrealistic. But that's how unrealistic he is. Like if you would write a cartoon or an anime based on his life story and his stats, people would stop reading that anime because it's so fake. But that's just real. It's crazy. He comes across as a really nice guy too. Yeah, that's a very great point. A lot of people like him because of his manners and morals. He cleans up, he serves water to his teammates. He's always very humble. he has a very humble lifestyle. He loves his wife. He's not like a party person. So yeah, 11 innings. Okay, okay. Very personable and humble. Anyways, congratulations to the Dodgers. And oh yeah, I gotta shout out some super chat PayPal's because I missed them from last time. Yanis, thank you so much for the 20 for the RM speech. And Teresa as well, thank you so much. And Anne for the $5 for the RM speech as well. Pizza, thank you so much. Anne and Yanis especially. And Sylvia, the MVP. I don't know, you don't even reply to my emails. Like, I know you're watching, Sylvia. Probably replay or not. I think maybe, I don't know, but like, Sylvia, you always give me such a generous amount after the stream ends. Why not live so that I can shout out your name? And I always forget to because like you always send it over after the streams. But thank you so much. I always send it. I sent an email to you like but you never replied. So I don't know if you got my gratitude or not. But thank you so much. Yeah. And wow, just as we're looking at it, Kelly, thank you so much. Pizza, double cheese. Winging it works just fine. Was still a fun and informative today. Okay, yeah, winging it means like just doing it spontaneous, right? Improvising, right? Yeah, that's slang, right? Winging it. I think, yeah, I think I get the nuance there. Maybe she's shy. Yeah, maybe she is. But like she's just so kind because like every time I immediately end the live, it comes in and I miss my chance. Yeah. One of the craziest series I've ever seen. Dodgers were pushed to the limit. Yeah. Mhm. Okay, let me get to this question after talking about the Korean series for a bit. So, the funny thing is I let me just put this up so that I don't forget. Anything you look forward to the end of 2020, please remind me. But as for the Korean series, I don't think any of you work watch the KBO, but I think Korean baseball is good to a certain extent. We qualify pretty much, you know, pretty high up every time they have like World Baseball Classics, something like that. I know that the U.S. doesn't draft their best players, but still, well, we had that moment when Otani pitched against Mike Trout back then, the Angels era. But still, like, yeah, U.S. doesn't draft their best of the best. Anyways, yeah, it's usually like Cuba, Japan, Taiwan, Korea, the U.S. That's like strong in baseball in the World Baseball Classics. So I would say like Korea has a certain level of baseball. I'm proud enough to say like we're in against those big teams. Um, so KBO has a culture of its own. You'll see a lot of YouTube videos nowadays from foreigners that visit Korea. It's become like a routine. They always, I don't know where they get the info, but they always visit. I think it's because they're YouTubers and vloggers. They watch other vloggers, what they do in Korea and what gets views. And every single one of them visits a baseball match, either in Jamju Stadium. I would recommend going to Busan and watching a baseball match because it's the most intense there. They're the most like hooliganish. But yeah, if you go to a baseball game in Korea, it's gonna be definitely different from U.S. baseball. It's not like chill. It is chill. It is pretty chill. Like if you go to certain sections, but especially in front of the cheerleader stands, you all know from like those live cams of them. Like we have constant K-pop going on, constant EDM dances, like sexy dances, cheering, and we have synchronized like cheering. So like one thing I noticed about the Dodgers game, you know, you have like opening songs and stuff like that for each player, but like the only chant there is, I'm not trying to like downplay it or anything. This is just my observation. The only chant I heard is like, "Let's go Dodgers," dot dot dot, dot something like that. "Let's go Dodgers." And there are a few more variations, I think, but other than that, there isn't much. But if you come to Korean teams, every single team, I think there's like about 11 to 12 teams. Every single team has their own repertory of like different songs for each player, different chants for each player, different chants for different situations. When someone gets striked out, there are different ceremonies. When someone steals a base, there's a different ceremony. There's also like different like it's like almost like army bombs, like the K-pop. What do you call them? The light sticks. We have stuff like that. We have our own there's so many different variations of merch too. LG has pretty much the best merch, I think. In the case of Lotte, which is my team, Busan, we used to have like these orange plastic bags on top of our heads at the ninth inning, um, to celebrate like a good game or something like that. But then it got abolished because of like environmental issues. That's a shame. I mean, it was a unique culture. Um, if someone would send what do you call it, a 견제구 in English, if a pick off, yeah, pick off, throwing to first base so that they can't steal the base. The Lotte Giants started this, but we would, like in Korea, when you address a person like a friend of yours, you say "ya," right? Like "ya." Like a friend of yours, you would say "ya." Never say this to a person that's like older than you, okay? And if you say "ya" in an aggressive way, it means you're angry. Like, "Hey, what the hell?" Like, so "ya" would mean like, "Hey, let me get your attention," something like that, to a friend or someone that's younger than you or someone you're hostile to, right? So the Lotte Giants started this culture. So in the Busan dialect version, "ya" is "ma." So people call each other "ma," 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 "ma." So if a pitcher would do a pickoff, then the whole stadium would yell "ma" at the pitcher, and that would psychologically kind of twist him, because apparently someone brought one of those like sound loudness machines, and it was equivalent to the sound of a plane taking off, that the sound like and yeah, that became like a huge culture, and like all the other teams adopted it, and now they have their own rituals and stuff like that. But it's so much fun. We have like picnic zones, we have like camping zones, barbecue zones. They're even building a stadium with like a swimming pool, like you can watch the game in an infinity pool. And it's so much fun. It's so much a very great family experience. A lot of couples go there nowadays. I've recently saw news that the female attendance has now exceeded the number of males in the KBO scene. So I don't know what's going on, but females are going crazy over baseball. Um, so yeah, that's one fact. So if you want to see a lot of cute girls, baseball field it is. But yeah, it's a unique experience. So I don't think a lot of like tourists know about that. So something you might want to consider. Like the tickets are super cheap as well too. Like it's probably only 20 to 30 bucks for a game, and you can buy like all the snacks inside, like churros, nachos, popcorn, chicken, and it's not that expensive. Probably like 10 bucks. So yeah. Um yeah, the organ I noticed. I noticed the organ was playing Golden the other day. What a fun addition to the game. I don't know that about Korean baseball. Thanks for telling us about it. Yeah, you should definitely check it out. So there's constant dopamine coming out from Korean games. Busan Garmegi. So we have an ending song for the Lotte Giants. It's called Busan Garmegi. Everybody sings it when the match ends. Let me show you a little bit of it. This is this like cheesy trot song, you know, but it's like party vibes. Like waving flags and shit, and like everybody going crazy, singing the same song. It's like the anthem. If they sing the whole thing for like 3 minutes altogether. Yeah, like it's crazy. So it is a unique experience. This is only the Lotte Giants, but other teams have their own songs too. There's a thing called like the three out song where the cheerleaders give like a annoying dance. Samjin song. So if you go over there, if you get like what do you call it? A strikeout. This is the song. Show the freaking cheerleaders. Imagine you're the pitcher and you're seeing this shit every time. No, like, imagine you're the batter and you're seeing that shit every single time you get striked out. So freaking annoying, right? So I only know about Lotte. These are the clappers, by the way. And then like the Ijun cheerleader got famous for that, right? Piki Piki. That was also like I think three out what do you call it? An out song. This one. Yeah, this went viral. And she went to Taiwan, I think, with a huge salary. But yeah, a lot of stuff like that. It's very fun. Go check it out. A lot of creeps sit right in front of the cheerleaders to get this view. So, yeah. Anyways, very different. Yeah, I think you should definitely make it more fun. So I heard commentary on the MLB saying, you know, we have like our players do like very flashy bat flips. They're like if they home run, they're just standing there and like flip their bat like that, like that. And then when during COVID, when the KBO was being broadcasted to the U.S. for some reason, the commenters of the MLB commenters or the broadcast were watching our shows, and when they saw the bat flips, they were going crazy. And there was a part of Reddit that made that super viral. And I saw a movement in the MLB quite recently saying like we need to make baseball more fun for people to attend and the youth to come and all that. So I think they're slowly adopting bat flips, accepting it. I never honestly understood what's so disrespectful about a bat flip. You know, like the pitchers get to do like dead balls, right? Like they get to hit the batters with the ball to retaliate and stuff. They get no consequences. Maybe there might be bench clearings if it's like too harsh, but they do that shit on purpose. Why can't? What's so bad about like the hurting the ego of a pitcher? Like when you hit a homer and you're celebrating with a bat flip. Like what's so bad about that? Like I never understood why that's disrespectful. But yeah, I'm glad that the MLB is also opening up to this fun culture. Because when I went to the Angels game, it was just one game, but it was pretty much like yeah, just sitting there, just chatting with your friends. Someone starts a chant, and we just follow it. Yeah, but yeah, I need to go to a Cubs game. Is that the Chicago Cubs? Cleveland Guardians MLB team has hot dog condiment rates. People dress up as different hot dog. Okay, that's fun. That's some fun stuff. We have something called Race the Cheerleader. These weird ass stuff. Yeah, this is some weird ass shit. I don't know, but like people started doing this. So a random audience gets picked and they race the cheerleader. during the innings. Oh, then she's really good. Damn, she's fast. Like, I feel bad for this girl. Oh my god, she doesn't stand a chance. They go through a whole round. Oh my gosh, who the hell is she? All right. Okay, I might have to check her out, who she is. Damn, I like athletic women. Like against like men too. This is in Japan too, yeah. So a lot of like weird stuff going around. What the hell? Like this is crazy. He's fast, right? Have you seen BTS members perform in Jin's encore concert? No, I haven't seen it yet, but I did hear some members appeared on his encore concert. There was something about like his concert not getting sold out on part of the internet, but I think it was maybe a glitch or some army were complaining like it just suddenly happened so they couldn't like get leaves from their work and people actually save up money for these concerts so they were short in cash or something like that, but at the end of the day, I think it got filled up. No creepy men chasing cheerleaders. The creepy guys are with the big cameras and they're like zooming in. They can't even like breathe or pick their nose. Did you see Somi's first pitch for the LG Twins? No. She does a lot of pitching for some reason. 소미 전소미 시구. Oh, this one. Oh wow, it got like 344 million, 3.4 million views. What's so good about that? Okay. Now I understand. Okay. Okay, I understand why I got 3 million views. All right. Yeah, she's a good pitcher. I'm not saying anything other than that. She's a great pitcher. Okay. All right, that was a great pitch. All right. I am scared to open the comments. Should I dare to open the comments? Literally the best picture ever. This is a very sacred video. I am watching this over and over again. The most beautiful picture. The movement is art. Okay. This is art. That's a really nice jersey. Can we watch her pitch the entire 9 innings? Okay. Oh, this one says that looks very natural. It's very good. According to her jiggle fist. Okay, let me stop there. Yeah. Okay, anyways. I need to study her form. Okay. Yeah. Okay, what was I about to talk about? Natasser's comment. Anything you looking forward to the end of 2025, right? I don't know. I was maybe thinking like, it's cuffing season as you say, Christmas coming. A lot of people around me working very hard to get into a relationship or meet someone. Maybe, but right now I'm just content. I'm just like I don't care about dating. And I'm just happy with work. Work has been busy nowadays. Yeah, cash flow has been good, and stock markets have been good. So I just want to focus on that a little bit. I don't want to rush into a relationship or anything. But it is getting cold. Yeah, it might be good to have someone nearby, but like just because of the sake of that, I don't want to yeah, rush into anything. But I've been getting a lot of like interesting um proposals. Just yesterday, John, apparently he's joining this event thingy where every week they gather 50 men, 50 women, and the event manager filters them out by appearance, and everyone has to apply with their resume, their face, and a couple photos of them, and the manager filters out like the unattractive people and only leave the attractive 50 people and 50 people, and Yeah, they meet at like a certain venue. It's like a drinking place or whatever. And John is apparently the MC of that. Interesting, right? And he was like, "Hyung, you should definitely come over." And I was like, "Oh, okay, sounds interesting." And he's like, "I'll put you on the stage and hook you up with a nice girl." And I'm like, "I don't think I want that." And I'm probably too old to go to that kind of stuff, anyways. And he was like, "No, like apparently the most people that attend are people in their late 20s and early 30s after work." I was like, "Wow, that's very interesting because they want to get married soon and they're looking for nice people." I was like, "Okay, I might consider. Just show me how it works out once you do one or two rounds, and let me check out the vibes. If it's not anything too toxic, I'll maybe check it out." So maybe that's on the list. Yeah, but that sounds like an interesting concept. Uh, yeah. Let's see. Huh. Okay, I'm trying to find something like that. 50대 50 소개팅. Yeah. It's kind of like, I think, I have no idea what it's like, honestly. Maybe it's like speed dating? Okay, I found a Busan one that looks like speed dating. It says 50 to 50 소개팅 over here. Okay, they're doing something. Oh wow, okay. Bro, maybe I should go. Okay, bro, my style. Oh, okay. Okay, okay. I'm slowly getting the vibes. All right. Oh wow, so you have to go up on stage and introduce yourself? Wow, interesting. This is the place I brought you guys to in the in real life, right? You remember that when I was in Busan? Oh wow, so they take turns. It's like speed dating. Interesting. Oh, look at those guys. Oh wow, so you have to go up on stage and do stuff. Oh no, that's not my vibe. Oh, and then you gather up and drink together. Oh wow. No, I have like stage fright, so I'm not gonna do that. Okay, he's tall. Okay, interesting concept. Interesting. How old am I? How old do you think I am? Um, Yay, John. Definitely go. You guys are so passionate about me. Rodent Koreans use the MBTI to meet the match. They definitely have their MBTIs on the papers. Yeah. Millak, right? Yes, that's the Millak market. I'm 45? Okay. Nice guess. You hurt me. Bye. I'm offended. I just went to get some juice. 25 to 26? You look like you're in your late 20s. Oh, thank you. Holy sh. Wow. That was not a good idea. Am I supposed to put this in water or something? Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh. Oh, how are you supposed to drink that? They don't say anything about watering it down. There's no directions on that. It's just like juice. Oh, what? Seriously, there's no instructions about diluting it or anything. It just says lemon 100% juice. Nothing about it. Like no instructions at all. It's just you just drink it like this. It says like just like that. Like just sour, sour. Asa, yay. What the This is crazy. What? It says no, you don't it says you don't need to add water. It says kudero. What? This is crazy. No, it literally says kudero, which means as it is, as is. Oh, I thought it'd get better, but no, I'm not getting used to it. Oh, oh, ah, oh. Why would you drink lemon juice? I usually like sour stuff. I love grapefruit and lemon, but it's not the normal sugary lemon juice. It only has 2% of sugar in it. Holy Christ. Oh, why are you still drinking it? Because I thought it'd get better because it says like drink it as is. And I'm supposed to like drink this whole thing. So, and I was thirsty. Let me just take one more sip. Maybe my taste buds are now accustomed to it. Uh, oh, uh,
The funny part is you
wow.
are still drinking it.
Oh, that is something else. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, how am I gonna empty that bottle? I have to drink this much. I only drank this much and caused me that damage. Oh, smart. Okay, I'm gonna do that next time. Yeah, I'll mix it with Sprite and then shake it out. Okay, that's a great idea. The funny part is you are still drinking. Thank you, Dolly Baby, for the 20, compensating my pain. But oh my gosh, wow, it's the aftertaste is still there, and I was feeling a little 심심해, means my taste buds, my mouth was feeling a little bored or a little bit of hunger, so I got this from a friend in New York, and I don't think it's a good idea to eat this on top of the lemon juice. I don't know. I don't know if you guys notice what this is, but um it has a very artificial taste and it's kind of sweet and sour at the same time. But I've been having stomach aches every time I eat this. But my friend gave it to me, so I'm trying to finish the whole bag over time. You use this in cooking over here? This? Oh, you mean the lemon? Oh. Oh, now this tastes like nothing after that. Yeah, this isn't even like... Yeah. Sounds like diabetes. Yeah. Maybe she just dumped it to me, but... What does naturally and artificially flavored even mean? Oh my gosh. It's not concentrate. It's just like, yeah, you're supposed it's juice. It says lemon juice. Lemon 100% juice. That's all right. Oh my gosh. Oh, I got a total like wake up there. Now, I'm probably gonna have to get some lunch after this. I don't know. What do you guys say? So today, since it's not a prepared stream, I could go on for another 30 minutes and make the 3 hour mark. Eat some lunch over there that I bought. Some ready-made food. What do you think? Who's gonna hang out more? Oh, but you'll have to wait like 2 minutes for me to prep lunch. We use that amount for cooking in a span of a month or more? Okay. Make sure to like and subscribe. Yes, for sure. Do you eat lemons with a sprinkle of salt? I have never eaten raw lemons before. Do people even eat raw lemons? Like, aren't they usually a garnish or you just sprinkle them on top of oysters or like fall? We can wait. I'm staying. Okay. Well, I guess like other time zones are waking up, so it might be good for them to catch a live. So I'll have to go and microwave some food. Actually, I can prep it here and just go for the microwave. So, yeah. So I bought a 2+1. This is one of my favorite series for the prep food. I usually cook a lot, but this week I was feeling lazy because I have a lot of work. Um, but I bought a 2+1. I already ate the miyeokguk, but these are ready-made Korean dishes by Hetban. Hetban is the #1 ready-made microwavable rice. They are lifesavers when you don't have rice. It usually takes me like 20 minutes minimum to get like one serving of rice via a rice cooker. But this one, the rice over here, you can just put it in a microwave for like 2 minutes and it's instant rice and it tastes really good. Like even as an Asian that consumes rice daily, I think Hetban instant rice would top like a mediocre cooked rice in a rice cooker. Yeah, it's actually pretty good. But the good thing about like these deals are they give you the rice on top, and inside you can get like different menus. So this is like the spicy pork, grilled spicy pork meal, and this is the chicken mayo. chicken mayo rice. So they're very easy to make. All you have to do is like put the ingredients all in and get them all in a microwave at once. Takes you only like 2 minutes. Which one should I eat? One for chicken mayo. Who's in favor of chicken mayo? And grilled spicy pork. So imagine you're in a Korean airlines and they say chicken mayo? Spicy pork? Chicken mayo? Spicy pork? Which one? One for chicken mayo, two for spicy grilled pork. Two? 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 Why do you guys... Whoa! Why is it such a landslide? I'm curious. Why are you guys so against chicken mayo? Like, is it weird to you or something? Wait, why is everybody typing two? Okay, there's some ones over there, but okay, now the ones are coming late. I'm curious. Grilled spicy pork? I don't know about mayo. The chicken mayo rice is the most staple meal you can get for like street cup food and it's like a cheap version of a meal. Yeah. You can eat a lot in Noryangjin. Oh, you want to see two more. Okay, that's a valid reason. Mammal meat over dinosaur meat? Oh, chicken is dinosaur. Okay. Because you ate the lemon, so you want to eat something spicy. Ah, very smart. Chicken mayo sounds interesting, but I hate mayo, so that might be why. Okay. You love chicken mayo. Yeah, if you ever come to Korea, oh wow, I have something great to say. Yeah, like I'll share this story even though I'm eating the grilled pork. But there's this brand called Hansot. It's like a toshirak brand. But they're also very famous for the chicken mayo bowls. Actually, that's their like signature dish, Hansot. And if you're living in Korea alone, I think you might really like this brand. So, yeah, this is actually very informational for you. If you go over here, this is the brand, Hansot over here. Easy enough, right? They look like this. You'll probably see them in front of universities or office areas or, you know, busy districts and stuff. And their signature is what you're looking at, the chicken mayo bowl over here. Yeah, this is the chicken mayo. And they come in like these little bowls, so you can mix them up, put soy sauce in it. And it's really delicious. I actually really like the chicken mayo over here. Over here, right? Like, chicken mayo, first developed in 2003. Hanso's signature menu is a rice bowl with chicken karaage cut into bite size, sprinkled with signature mayo dressing and rice bowl sauce with seasoned seaweed. It's really good, and you can choose the amount of like rice as well, and it's actually very affordable. It's only $3. That's less than $3. It's like $2.9 or something like that. So it's like a very affordable meal, very tasty too. My go-to when I go to Hanso. But now that I'm old, I kind of grew out of this taste. So you can actually get like better lunchbox deals over here. There's so many types you can get like these. You get like some pork cutlets, some chicken, some egg, and a little anchovies, a little bit of kimchi, corn, steak, bulgogi, and then rice on top of it. You can get so many different types of rice as well. You know, kimchi fried rice. So many different dishes over here. You can get also Japanese gyudon, kimchi, fried rice, all that. I think they're only showing their signature. You get curry. So I really recommend. It's very clean, very affordable. It comes out really quick. And if you live alone, it's really good packaging. So you can just conveniently carry it and just eat it in all one go and just throw it in the trash. So I use it a lot. And anyways, it's called Hansot. Um, I used to go to this place all the time when I was in college. Anyways, this is how the package looks like. It's all inside here. You got the rice inside here. But the thing is, bye bye, Tisa. Have a good night. So, so the thing is, I love Hansot, and my biggest pet peeve about living in Gongdeok is everything is good about Gongdeok. Like it's so convenient, so many like cuisines here, a park here, 4 lines, you can get everywhere. Um Nice residential area, people are decent too, supermarket, everything is here except Hansot. I don't know why they don't have a Hansot over here. There's so many offices, there's so many office tels and residences, hotels. I never understood why there was no Hansot in my area. And I live alone now, so I was like, "Oh, yeah, I would really love to have a Hansot over here." And it's been ages. And it's funny cuz my friend who used to run a cafe, he got a big hit during COVID, and he had to kind of shut down his cafe because business wasn't good. And ever since he's been in a hiatus, his family is kind of supporting him, and he's doing like part-time jobs here and there. But now he's trying to like coil up again for like a business, and he's been in like the food or F&B business for a while, and we've been talking at saunas about like what kind of next business he should do. He doesn't want to do any generic like chicken store shit, but I was like, bro, like I got the best thing ever. Like if you come to my area and do a Hansot, it's a guaranteed success. There are so many people who live here alone that are lazy to cook, that want affordable meals. So many office workers, so they'll just order it during over lunch. So like, yeah, you should really check it out. And I guess he didn't actually get to it. But then the day before, I was walking outside, and like I always thought like I should actually open one in this area. I think that's a great business, and I think I'll get rich out of it. But obviously, I have my own line of business, and going into the F&B business would be too random. Okay, pouring this stuff over here. Yeah, I know. It doesn't look that appetizing, but it turns appetizing after the microwave. But then the other day I was walking with Chan over to S-Oil to get my cafeteria meal. And you know what? Right in front of my house there's a new Hansot. It's under construction. And I was like, "See? I don't know why anybody else saw it until now. But I swear to God that that place is going to be booming." And I was like, "Dang, I should have done it. I really should have done it." But it's going to have a new regular customer now, cuz I'll be going there every single day. They have like so many menus. This is how it looks like. I know it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. I understand, but after the microwave and mix it up, it looks okay. So I'll go microwave it, right? Well, yeah, I'm so happy. I'm just so happy now that there's a Hansot in front of my place. So, if you live in Korea, if you visit Korea and you just want to like not eat anything fancy, convenience store food kind of has that smell. You get tired of it and you want to try something new, something in handy, convenient, then try to look for a Hansot and get like yourself a lunchbox over there. It's a pretty good deal and decent food. So there's that. Hey, B Garrison, welcome in becoming a KPC member. Thank you so much. Pizza. Don't know if that's worth $3. I think it's worth $3. It's the right price. It's okay. It's a full meal, so like you can't get any full meal for $3. Yeah, a lot of people like it. A lot of students like it. So a lot of people that are under budget like it. Yeah. This this is $4, so that's not bad, right? Oh, they have like meatball rice and all these different things. I brought some milk to neutralize the spiciness. I'm not drinking that lemon juice. Yeah, I won't throw it away, but yeah, I'll mix it with Sprite next time. Yeah, it is healthier than fast food. Mm-hmm. It's actually pretty good. Every time I go to DMC, my second studio that's like co-used by a lot of other people. There's a Hansot right in front, and I just enjoy going to that Hansot and try out the new menus. Yeah. Some menus can get very creative too. But apparently for producers, my friend's a producer, right? A drama producer. Cuz like dramas can't get good meals on set. They normally record produce the dramas in like very remote areas where there's not a lot of restaurants around. So they either bring in like food trucks or like these mobile cafeterias, which okay, it could differ from company to company, but they always say the quality isn't good. So the most convenient way is just to order a bunch of Hanso lunchboxes before they move and then just like microwave it at the site. And for producers and people in the drama scene, they hate Hanzo because that's all they get. They have to eat that every single time. And my friend's like, I don't even want to look at Hanzo anymore. Okay, I have my rice ready. There you go. Korea is the king of packaged food. Oh, wait till you see Japan. Japan is the king of packaged everything, but a lot of waste as well too. So let me mix it up, mix it up well. Yeah, I should have like I do have some extra samgyeopsal left in the freezer. I should have added some, but it's a hassle. Let me just go with this. If I feel hungry, I can eat something later. There we go. Mix it up, mix it up, mix it up. Turns out to be a pretty good meal after you do this. And I like to add in a little bit of kim, which is the seaweed. These are good snacks too. I like to munch on them. Mm, really good. I'll enjoy my meal. Thank you. Thank you. Open one in the States? I think there would be one in the States. Probably in LA. Let's see. Hansot, LA. Hansot, US. Mm, Stockholm Design Lab. So a company in Stockholm apparently designed the logo. Okay, that's interesting. They designed the concept and logo. Interesting. Wow. Why would they? Why would they work with the? Okay, it's like an international design company. Interesting. Okay, that's something new. I don't see anything in the US. Yeah, I don't think it's in the US anymore. It's going to be very hard to open in the US because like it has like a huge like logistics chain. So there's an HQ that gives all the ingredients and the ready packed food to all these different branches. So unless there's like a big hub, it's going to be hard to open it in a different country, I think. Hansot, yes. I don't think it's overseas yet, but there we go. All right. Spicy, ugh, spicy food. I know it looks like not the best quality, but mm, I like it. Mm, I like these spoons. I wonder how like these smart people think of these spoons. Like they try to make it compact. How did I even unfold this? Oh, is it like permanently like that once I fold it? So usually like this part goes up there and you have to like unfold it. I think it's now like I can't reverse it or anything, but I'm so like amazed at how people manage to do stuff like this. Yeah, probably expensive because everything's expensive in America. You have some spicy fried rice, put some keem on top like this. Mmm, so good. Mmm. Okay, so this is the extended 30 minutes of the live. Time for you to ask some spicy questions. What is the sodium content? Oh, it's pretty high in sodium, not gonna lie. 840 milligrams, 42%, 375 calories, 13% fat, 8% sweet sugar, 20% carbs, 22% protein. Did Lisa get secretly married? No, I don't think so. She did a dope Halloween costume though. Did you see that? From the Love, Death, and Robots. Yeah, it was kind of spooky because like I didn't like that episode back then because kind of freaked me out when I watched it. Yeah, this was the actual character, so she dressed up as that yesterday. I think it's really well done, but when I was watching this episode, I got goosebumps. So yeah, but yeah, she did a good cosplay. When is the next John collab? I don't know. He's kind of busy with radio nowadays. I did suggest yesterday, and he was like, "I'm always down." So let me invite him maybe next week or something. And also, spoiler alert, next Wednesday, like in 3 days, I will have a new female guest coming to KPC Live. Just for fun. And the funny part is, she's also from the UK. And she's not Anna. Her name's actually Diana. So, it's gonna be interesting to have her. Tell John I said hello. I sure will. I see him tomorrow too at Arirang. Yeah, we were saying bye yesterday at the subway station. I was like, yeah, see ya, bro. And he's like, yeah, see you on Monday. I was like, oh, right. No, it's not that Diana. When can we expect the next IRL streams? Hmm. Oh, it might have been perfect to do yesterday at Halloween. The other day during Halloween, missed opportunity. But let me see. I have to finish my New York vlog first and catch up with work. So extra news. I'm interviewing 2 candidates for an editor position. I was surprised because you know how hard it is to find a talented editor that knows how to do all the tools and editing and also has editing sense. Plus speaks Korean and English and work for I can't pay a decent a humongous wage or anything, just so like a minimal wage. It's so hard to find someone like that unless you're like a college student who wants to intern. That's just the reality. But yeah, I was having so much trouble finding one. So I put up like a recruit something, like announce a post on one of these Korean recruit places. And surprisingly enough, there were a lot of candidates that checked the boxes that reached out to me that knew how to speak English and were pretty good at editing. So I'm interviewing like a couple of them. I think 2 of them stand out. And I sent them like emails like could you make like a test reel out of my KPC lives to see like how good you're at. But hopefully they're good. So fingers crossed. A female guest, is she Korean? No, she's Chinese. I thought she was Korean. I casted her because I thought she was Korean, but then she was not. I was like, oh, okay. She's ethnically Chinese, but she's a Brit. Very strong accent. Hello, Jian. What do you think about EJ's debut song in Another World? I've not given a try yet. I have to. Oh my god, why is the tax service texting me? Oh no. Oh, it's tax season? That just ruined my day. Okay. I'm scared at how much tax I have to pay now. I haven't opened the document yet. bowl of water stronger accent, I think. Yeah. It's not Danny's girlfriend. She's not from the UK. I always learned from my elementary school teacher to scrape all the remaining rice balls left to every single one. First of all, don't waste food. But also, because our country was poor back then, we were in a growing phase. They were like, do not disrespect the hard work of the farmers. So always eat all of your food and do not throw out any of the rice balls. There you go. I think it's a good habit. Probably not good for my diet. I should probably learn how to leave some food. Because when I go to restaurants, I'm usually the cleaner. Scrape the bottom of the bowl and eat every single rice ball left. You thought it was bad manners to eat every grain of rice? No. Where'd you hear that? Never heard of that in my life. Maybe in different cultures, not in Korea. No. In Korea, you'll see a lot of these. First of all, we go crazy over zero, right? So everything's zero. So first of all, this milk, this milk is a very special milk. So it has no fat and no whatever this is. This it makes you lactose free. This is super zero, lactose free, no fat. So Asians don't have the capability to. They're lactose intolerant, right? So yeah, that milk suits me well. No fat. I can drink it a lot and still not have to go to the toilet. We call them grains of rice. Okay. New expression learned. I think that is an Asian thing regardless of rich or poor. Maybe, yeah. But I was mostly taught because, you know, like food was very precious back then, especially in my mom's growing up era. Oh, that was a good meal. I wish I had some snacks, but maybe I should cut down on snacks. Okay, we got 2 minutes left until the 3 hour mark. Doctors are now saying animal fats are healthy for the brain and nervous system. Well, if you see like these multiple sources, one doctor says this, one doctor says that, it's always contradicting. I stick to the general facts, like what everybody knows. There might be debunking of that here and there, but everybody knows sugar isn't good, fat isn't, like, it's not necessarily bad, but too much of it isn't good. Processed meat or like processed products aren't good in general. Veggies are good, fruits are good. So I just, yeah, like I'm not a scientist or a nutritionist, so here and there. And also, like, zero Coke is gonna be. People say like, oh, it's sweet and it ups your sweet threshold, so it makes you crave more stuff and you get into. tolerance towards sweet stuff, so it's bad for you in the long run. But in general, it's better than original Coke, right? Like, and then people say like aspartame is bad for you in certain ways and blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, it's better than original Coke with like a bunch of sugar in it. So yeah, just go by those general rules. That's it for me. Well done, David. My mom used to say, eat everything and be grateful because there are children in the world who don't have food. Exactly. Okay, guys, it's the 3 hour mark. I'm going to end it there. Thank you, everybody. Good night. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.